Man, good time man, to kind of enjoy some of the fruits around FAMU athletics, but also there's some recruits that are coming in on the basketball side of this thing. Got a question though. I stole it from Rick Ross. You shooting with him in the gym? Just saying, stay scheming is the mantra. And you want to act like Big Meech, you got to win. So we're gonna see what's up. We're gonna really talk about it. We're gonna talk about that, about a presidential search. We'll lay it all out. It's about to be Fangs up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does! And that might be the knockout punch.
All right, greetings, salutations. Another episode of Fangs up here. Sorry for not looking that way. Realized I didn't set it up, but I got it now. So got the show all set up, ready to go. But yeah, if you have been paying a little bit of attention, it's been an interesting week. We'll talk a little more recruiting probably Thursday. It's a little slow right now. So we're going to try to get into that recruiting, who got offers. We're going to talk about some of the guys who got committed and gals. I ain't going to lie to you. There's more girls than boys right now. So good time to be a FAMU fan. And it's that time right now. It's that time where the previous coach would kind of, be asking who's on the bandwagon, who been there since day one. So just gonna let you know, if you want to be a day one, right now's the time. Just say it. So don't think Charlie's keeping the kind of receipts, not publicly, but I will say, if you want to be one of those day one rattlers who's behind this basketball program, now is the time. So, but as I stated, question is, and it's stolen from the song Stay Schemin', Rick Ross and Drake. Before they started beefing, Rick Ross got a point of saying, you wasn't shooting with me in the gym. Are you shooting with him in the gym? So, are you here on the ground floor of this whole situation? So, questions got to be asked, man. Look, Rattler boosters, so inclined, you can put it to the side if you want to, but they could definitely use your work because, they about to get asked for a little something. What's up, Gail? Also, if you missed the show with St. Clair on Friday, great time. We had FAMU softball coach on there. Also had Dr. R.B. Holmes on there. He is working with that classic they're having in Jacksonville between Edward Waters and Virginia Union. I pulled Virginia Union out of my keister, not gonna lie. I definitely forgot. I'd rather be honest with you. Didn't lie to you. Now, when it comes to, it wasn't all good news. Some of this, not a surprise. FAMU Golf, we're waiting on them. FAMU Tennis, words out. One and done. Season's over. But they lost to Georgia. I mean, Georgia was the host team. Kind of is what it is at that point. Like, you know what's going to be. You knew what you was going against. 4-0, though. Would have liked to get one out of that, but it was 4-0. So, now, those SWAC champions, I'm sorry, I know, it sounds different. It lands different when you're the champs. The SWAC champions from Florida A&M University, they're going to be making a long ride all the way to Florida State. The Seminole Golf Course is literally feet away from FAMU, depending on which campus. I mean, if we're talking engineering school, you could walk from the engineering school to the Seminole Golf Course. There are parts of FAMU that are closer to FSU than anything else. So, but yeah, it's weird. I don't want to say sponsored. Sorry. Look, I be watching too, and so it ain't sponsored. I ain't got a dime for that one. Wish I did though. What's up, Cam? Good to see you. Good to see you. Now, if you are so inclined and you want to know who we are playing, Ole Miss is the 1 seed, which is crazy because Florida State's regional, but they're not the best team in their own regional. That's nasty work. The 2 seed, the Florida State University. 3, San Diego State. That's a long ride. 4 is Georgia. 5, Louisville. And you keep on going down the list. USC, even Davidson. That's Steph Curry school. Who's Steph going to be out there? I doubt it. And the 14 seed, FAMU. So we got a good draw. When you start looking at San Diego State had to travel to Tallahassee, that tells me you've never traveled from Tallahassee to San Diego. That's a long flight. Beautiful on the other way around. But that humidity, them San Diego State players about to be in it. What? There was nothing haze like the state of Florida. And the big red here in the state of Florida, about to put them boys from San Diego State to cut. Notre Dame, too, might not be quite as bad, but Southern Cal, New Mexico, San Diego State, yeah, they about to get put in the cut by the sun. Lead them boys out there. Hope you got some Gatorade or Powerade or whatever, because that heat is not going to be a joke. No games right here. Don't do it to yourself. But FAMU is a 14 seed. Good times coming. Also, if you're a FAMU softball fan, they got a commitment. I told y'all the ladies got more commitments than the guys did. This right here is softball commitment. This thing's looking good. Like I personally know one of the parents of one of the players. I don't really know the kid that well. You know, she go to my church. I know her dad real well. But yeah, this team next year. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I asked the question, and I asked Coach Bill honest. I was like, hey, I know you went to Auburn, but Bear Bryant has got a famous statement about why he left to come to Alabama. When mama calls, you come home. You think mama's gonna call? And she was like, hey, I ain't gonna speculate. I'm happy you're a fan. Look, when I tell you she did a great job, Coach Bill, but look, I was real about that. I told y'all up front, Auburn softball, trash. FAMU softball, SWAC champions. Division champions. Sorry. Let me fix that. Eastern Division champions of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. So let me make sure I keep it there. I want y'all being like, dang, Keith, you just, no, I ain't doing all that. Now, the team should already be in Mississippi. They did leave earlier today. That ride isn't too bad. So unless they made some stops, I don't think there's a Buc-ee's on the way. Then they should be in Mississippi right now. Hopefully you get some rest. They play on Tuesday, though. So Tuesday, they are game 3 against Grambling. 3:30 p.m. You can watch that on the SWAC network on YouTube. So it's free. So just put that out there. Make sure folks know. Don't want y'all saying I didn't say anything to you. But yeah. And then, like I said, y'all saw that commitment. Sakai Merrick's. I don't know what position she plays. Wasn't ready. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I wasn't ready. But we are having a softball camp. This is our second one. This is crazy. I'll say, and the only reason I say it's crazy is she's been at FAMU for less than a year, and she's already on camp number 2. Like, you see that there's a nominal fee up there. Month of June. Okay, so next month, 175 and 125. Okay, and I like the kind of youth camp. Like, so you're mixing the youth with the all skills, and the prospect camps is going to be after that. That's going to be interesting, especially considering she's a former coach. Like, she knows her stuff. Now, we were talking basketball, and remember last week, I did not ignite the heat under the seat. I just was honest about the situation. Look, it's just my interpretation of the situation. But she brings some guards in. I wanted the 6'6" girls coming back. I'll ask for the people in the front. I'm not even in the back. I like to sit in the front and raise my hand. The 6'6" kid coming back? If so, that'd be a good thing. But this one right here, Maya Giles Jones, 6-foot guard from Fordham. Okay. I got some hope. Can she score? Like, just being honest, we need a 3-headed monster. We've seen, and this isn't just FAMU. Like, that's not even like fair to be like, oh, this is a uniquely FAMU problem. No. Most basketball teams are a 3-headed monster. Like, you have one that is the top dog. You got an alpha. Yeah. You got a beta. And then you got somebody else that's in there. I'm just saying, like, that's normally how the best basketball teams are. You have that one dude that's like really nice or girl that's really nice, and you have the team around her. We kind of had that, but you didn't have enough. Like, we were at our best when you had 2 really good players. Not last year, season before. Like, you had Grizzle, you had a couple. Man, look, I'm with you, EA. 6-foot guard? Yeah. Now, will she stay at guard? That's gonna be a real question. That's a live for hoops question. Might have to hit her up. Other one, 5'8" guard, Shania McCarthy, excuse me. She played at Daytona State before. We'll see. I like, she looked like a point guard. Feel like a point guard. Hopefully is a point guard. Just saying, like, I don't know who's coming back, but I think pretty much that entire team from last year is gone. So 5'8" guard, 6-foot guard. I got some hope. I just need some buckets. Like, that's really all we need right now. We need some buckets. And the picture's lying to you. Because at first I thought she was tall. What's up, little baby? Like, I was looking, I'm like, oh, she like 6'6"? No, she's 6'2". She's still tall. Says she came from Tallahassee State College. I saw TCC. I had to translate in my brain. What's up, Marvin? So another guard that's over 6 feet. Women's basketball wise, that's pretty solid. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, as 3 players I know we got. Need some more. But, little baby, you good. You ain't miss too much, talked about the golf team, tennis teams, and softball. So, but look, we said coach is going to have to do something, and she listened. She was already trying to do something. She's been working on her recruits all season. Hopefully, she locks in those last couple. We'll see. And that's all I got. I'm with you, Marvin. Like, it may sound as if I'm not a fan. I'm a huge fan of Coach Pressure. I'm a fan. I'm just a realist. And so that's where, for me, it's not like, I don't want nobody to be like, man, Keith, you trying to get rid of the lady. No, I'm not. I want her to win a championship. I want her to win the SWAC. But I also understand year 3 contract year and folks acting like they're a little stingy with the funds. Kind of is what it is. Like, I want her to win because I think if she wins at FAMU, it's the place she stays at. I'm just saying, she might stay a couple more years. And I'll leave that there. Now, on the men's side, you had 2 commitments. Did I get both of them in here? I did, out of order. I'm going to fix that. Look, I'm sorry. Look, it ain't OCD, but it probably ain't far from it. There we go. All right, there we go. They're in order now. All right, so Charlie, I'm sorry. Look, for the rest of my days, I'm going to still hear Bobby Bowden saying his name like that. But Charlie Ward, he got some guys already. And look, I definitely listen. I don't know who thought EA. I forget who it was, but they said lead the color. Don't do it black and white. I got you. So, but Anthony Knowles, 6-foot point guard. Okay. We're going to see. He got a little thing of him yamming on somebody. So, can he score? Another one with FAMU. When these guys score, good things happen. I mean, it's any basketball team like that's kind of being like a smart aleck about the situation, but when we score, we win. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, like now this one right here, 6'6" forward. Okay, that's like LeBron size. You know, however you feel about that. LeBron, Kobe, they size. Devere Palmer Jr. Okay, that's solid. Like for me, in a week and a half, you got 2 commitments, and he had some offers come out. And whoever did the graphics, fix your Rattler. We don't do Vernon. Vernon's not official. We don't do Vernon. That's not Venom. If he's got a bald head like Mr. Gaines from a different world, his name is Vernon, like Mr. Gaines from a different world. I don't make the rules. I just talk about them. So, whoa, we froze here somehow. Not sure how that happened, but that's wild. But the audio's still working. So let's see. Did I do something? Or did the camera just go bonkers? Let's see. I will try to address that. That has never happened. Let's see if we can fix it. That only happens when you got company around. Yeah, I don't know what happened. That's the first right there. All right, so the other thing though, and I guess I will stop the camera. That's cool. That's wild and crazy. But for the football, and I had this ready. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. But the OBC is back on, obviously, but it also has a sponsor. So, and that to me is pretty huge. Invesco QQQ. And part of why it's a big deal is it just makes it easier for you to be able to run your program. Like, let's see. And we are, I don't know what this technical difficulty is, but we have that going on. And also football wise, let's see, no longer Denny's. Nope, not Denny's anymore, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, with Invesco QQQ being what they are, pretty popular brand, pretty good on stock market, those kind of things. So, now the other thing in the transfer portal, my quarterback's gone. So Junior Muratovic, he hit the portal, he's gone, and I'm completely understanding. Like, I don't know if you thought you was gonna hear me say I was mad. Like, I've been a Junior fan, but I'm also a realist. Like, I've been seeing it just like y'all seen it. You know, that's the quarterback I hitched my wagon to. But I also told y'all, hey, you're probably not the guy that needs to start. Like, and that's just being honest. You know, I can be honest with my fandom. I have that right. But we also saw where Kobe Gross got back in there. And he's already got offers from schools like North Carolina, which not a complete shock. I think the big thing with Kobe is going to be, can he stay healthy? Like, that's got to be your question in and out of the house. Like, can he stay healthy? Because if he can't stay healthy, there's your problem right there. Like, he's got to be able to stay healthy, and he's got to be able to hold on to the ball. Like, that was an issue at Florida State, the health issue part, and then ball security last year became a problem. So I'm just personally wondering, is that something we're going to see that's going to creep his head while now that he's left FAMU? Like, not wishing ill on people. Like, I'm not that guy that, oh, they left FAMU, F them and all the other stuff. I'm not that guy. I'm definitely the guy that's like, now that the person is gone from FAMU, looks like we do have a replacement. Like, let's be honest. We definitely have his replacement there on campus. But the real question is, how do we get anything for it and from it? Like, I think that's the biggest question when it comes to that whole experience with him coming to FAMU and everything like that. So it'll be interesting to see, and kind of, like you said, yeah, ball security and catching the ball. Those are going to be the big things there. And those are going to be the big bugaboos there. Like, can he fix that? And it's something with this computer, because camera 2 is working. So let me see if I can fix that, because this is a visual podcast, not a audio one. So let's see if I unplug and replug somewhere else, if that makes a difference. So yeah, that's wild. Hot diggity dog. Look, when you don't settle, you kind of get stuff. So I have no clue what happened. I don't know if the driver went bad or what, but hey, that's what happens when you're the producer and everything else. You got to fix it on the fly. But yeah, as you say, do the PlayStation to it. Right, you gotta like blow into the cartridge once or twice. I don't know. That was wild. But that's gonna be really interesting to see. We had a bunch of offers go out too, though. So I did not have time to do all the offers. Like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, I could tell you the truth, or we could be like lying about this. Didn't get to put all them offers up, but we will get them up. We had a lot of offers that went out. Like, it was quite a few. And like I said, the OBC, let's see. I know I got the graphic ready. For some reason, it didn't want to load onto the drive over here. And it might have just, I don't know, rando stuff happening all weird. But that way you can see OBC. That's the new logo. I will say, it should have chose a better picture. Should have chose one of the years it was FAMU and Jackson State, half empty stadium. Not a good look. Like, just wasn't it. Not it at all. So we're gonna see, though. It's gonna be some interesting things that are gonna happen there. We do have coaches camps coming up. But if y'all didn't check, if you didn't see, one of the things, and I appreciated it on the ONG Strike Zone, because they did talk about something that was, important to me. The NAA elections are still going on. We got a runoff. So for presidential election and second VP or first VP, excuse me, we have an election there for the presidential spot. It is Curtis Johnson and Artisha Polk. So, friend of the show, will you even finish in third? Far enough away to where he won't be in the recount, but check your emails. You should see notification asking you to go vote. So if you are a FAMU NAA alumni member, go check it out. So Curtis Johnson running as the incumbent, and Artisha Polk. So those two are your finalists for president. Also, Mr. Charles Lewis is in a runoff with, oh man, look, that was right there. I promise you I did not plan that. Sorry, Chuck. I didn't plan it, but it was right there. Mr. Charles Lewis is in a runoff with Ashley Cooper. So, if you got it up there, go ahead and get ready. Additionally, for all those who are asking about, hey, the NAA and the presidential search, check your email. A request went out, and it's asking you to tell the NAA members, the NAA executives, who you want for president. Now, I know me personally, I don't know if I got to tell them, but I'll post it. And I've been posting it for a while. I prefer Dr. Palm at this point, but almost anything's better than Marva. Like, I don't need Marva Johnson. I don't need the spin from outside people saying that she's all right. And little baby, I'm with you. I threw mine with Dr. Palm. Like, I saw those before, and I was like, all right, Dr. Palm's cool. These are the reasons I feel like Marva's not the choice. It is not that she's like unequivocally unqualified, da. She's been working with the state university system for a while. But at the same point, look, thank you. Can he give me what Larry gave me financially, but give a flip about athletics? That's all I ask. Because with all this foolishness that's gone on, FAMU's still doing well research-wise. Like Dr. Builder's beard has done well with steadying the ship. He hadn't done anything spectacular, hadn't done anything amazing. We do have the, rocket science, I believe, is moving over to the College of Engineering. Like we're moving to aeronautics, which, yes, yes, that's a huge thing as far as, especially down here. UCF really is big into that. You have a lot of Black engineers that work for companies like Northrop Grumman. And what you may or may not know is companies like Northrop Grumman already have existing relationships with FAMU, not because of DEI and everything else, but it's because of the Challenger Center. They donate money to that College of Engineering yearly, like to the point to where it's, I ain't gonna say they bank on it, but they be looking for that bread. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's one of those things. So, and look, little baby says, I just find it funny that another person from the state constitution committee is being pushed on us. I don't think it's funny. I told y'all from jump. Like, you can say Keith said it. I don't know if I was the first to say it, but I said it when the second hit that Larry was announcing that he was being removed, stepped down, or whatever, that Ron DeSantis was going to try to appoint the next president of FAMU. I don't care who you are. I've had people say the governor doesn't appoint presidents. Okay. As I stated, and as you've seen, the governor of Florida is trying to appoint his lackey in there to be the next president of FAMU. And I don't mind saying it. Like, and it might not benefit me, but if it hurts me and helps Mother FAMU, I'm good. Because this is another Tiffany Dawn Sykes. Like, if nobody learned anything from Tiffany Dawn Sykes, it was FAMU alumni. And hopefully it was the powers that be, because she may not be the same personality-wise, but you're going to get the same results from the supporters, which is no support. Nobody wants her. It's not because she's a woman. Like, and if she's so great, why didn't they throw her name in at the UFC? You know why. Because she's Black. Like, this is one of the few times I'm going to sit up here and say it. This is a DEI hire. Like, if I'm a Democrat, and I am, hell, I don't care. I'm a registered Democrat. You can look it up. It's the public information. I'm sitting up there saying this in the state house. This is a DEI hire. Oh, man, the second you say that, oh, man, butt cheeks pucker up at that point, because all of a sudden you say DEI. Oh, man. Oh, this is diversity, equity, inclusion. What? Why? Oh, this is horrible. She's unqualified. Oh, man, and she's a woman? And she's Black? Oh, Doc. Like, hey, I'd rather be honest about it. That's the way you play this game. Like, use their words against them. Call her a DEI hire and point out that she is. She's very qualified as far as like law. She has experiences with the state university system. She has that. But when you look at the people that she's running against, you use their words against them. She's not as qualified as the other people. This is not based on merit. It's not. Like, I don't care if she's your friend. I don't care if she's your neighbor. She's in the same county as me. I tell y'all, I've said it before, I said it again. I could walk past her and wouldn't recognize her. This ain't personal. Like, in the words of Sean Corey Carter and Mr. Robert Kelly, this is business. Ain't nothing personal about it. She's not the best candidate for the job. Like, you can call me a sexist. You can call me a whatever you want. I don't find myself being those things, but you know what? Most people that you accuse of being those things don't find themselves to be that. But in this case, she's a DI hire. And say it. Call it out. Like, that's the game they want to play. Play their game. Stop playing checkers when they're playing chess. Go to the state house, sit in the meetings, and say, this is a DEI hire. And all of a sudden, see the pushback you get. Because all of a sudden, you can't lean in the fact that, oh, she's a Republican. That's a bonus. Like, if she were, Lil Baby said it the best. Why didn't she get the UF job? Because you knew she would. Huh. I'll say that. That Lil Baby, that's the best one I've seen yet. Why didn't she get the UF job if she's so great? If she's what FAMU needs, why wasn't she what UF needs? She's worked at UF longer. She has a relationship with UF. She's on the boards at UF, right? Let y'all tell her. Like, you stupid EA. Brian ain't even here today. We can't be firing shots at Brian. But it's another OBG hire. Like, I told y'all day one, OBG was a nice person. In person, I've never had a problem with the lady. But I asked the same question with her. I was like, yo, she don't have a lot of experience, though. Like, she might do well. I wish her well. But I ain't seen it. So with this, check your emails. You will see ballots that are going to come up for the National Alumni Association that are going to ask you to vote again. But one, and look, y'all know me. I stand on data. And it might slow up the computer. And considering we had the camera go down already, I'm walking out on faith on this one. But I have the faith the size of a mustard seed is what the good book says. But let me see. And there is a special NAA board meeting Monday, 8 p.m. That is to congratulate the new officers. So if you want to do that, you can go do that. And then this is for the Florida region elections. I don't even think I voted on. I didn't vote for the region. Whoops. But you will see, though, check your emails. You are going to see an opportunity. And it says, trying not to have like my whole email thing out here. Look, I really am and trying to figure out and trying to make sure we ain't got no noni stuff going on there. All right, so if you are alumni, check your email. It'll say something like this, and you can see where there's a survey, and it's due by the 9th. Let me see if I can. Yeah, again, I stand on data right there. So I don't know if that helps you see it, but you can see the current candidates. Dr. Allen, Gerald Hector CPA, Dr. Marva Johnson, and Dr. Palm. So those are the ones. That's who they're asking you about. And you can take the survey, click the link. It takes you to this website, and you enter in your information, and you begin the survey. So If you haven't done so already, go knock that out before the 5th. I will do mine after the show. Because I'll be damned. We have Marvin Johnson as the next president of FAMU, FAMU's University, Florida Agricultural Mechanical University. And I don't say nothing about it. Like, nope, and nope. I ain't saying she can't be the president. I'm just saying I don't want her. like, I'm just telling you, like, I'm not saying she might be a great person in person, but she don't belong in Florida A&M University. And it's definitely it's DEI hire. Like, you're doing it because diversity, equity, inclusion. You're putting the black Republican at the black school to pacify the black people. I'll say it. Like, look, the opinions are mine. So as the Fangs Up podcast, don't work for the university anymore. Like, and when I did work at the university, it was under, what's the lady? No, Mangum. Myra Mangum. When I started, I forgot who was there when I left, but Dr. Mangum was there. She was cool. I mean, as a boss, like person to person, she wasn't real personal. But look right here, we see the play. It's bad. And look, exactly. And honestly, if you MAGA, you black, more power to you. I don't care. I think he's a horrible president. I think he's nothing that represents anything that you say. But if that's what you want to do, more power to you. But keep that BS away from FAMU. Like, because they're not standing on business. They stand on BS. That lady don't even look personable. I'll just tell you, she looks kooky vibes. Did y'all catch the show on Thursday? And shout out to the crew, Grumpy Old Men. They're not the grumpy old men, but they're not as it's not as light, man. We was having fun though. So we definitely had fun though, you know. So that was a little tongue-in-cheek joke, but just being honest with y'all, like, you can see quick. It's one of them. He said up front, he was like, "Yeah, she looked cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs back then." When I was in school, I'm like, "Ooh, dang." But honestly, she do look like that. She looked like that weird teacher that you don't go in her class, but that you only go there because you got to. But then as soon as class over, you out. What happened if we get Black MAGA FAMU alumni's go? I mean, I don't think she's a FAMU alumnus. So I'll say this, EA. And I don't care if somebody went to FAMU or not. I don't think these letters across your chest and on your degree means you should work for FAMU. I don't think the fact that you went to FAMU or anyone went to FAMU should make you more qualified for a job at FAMU. I'm just saying. Now, again, that's like a hard line. I do understand, like, when you get into like more detailed things, you need somebody with some FAMU experience. It helps to have some FAMU hours. Like, if you ain't never walked up them stairs and walked on them hills, then yeah, Donaldson, I don't know about that, man. I'll be honest on that one. I mean, his name's not in the Final Four. So, Allen, Hector, Johnson, and Palm. Yeah. A little baby, excuse me. I don't care about a person going to FAMU, but you need to be of, by, and for. And she's already strongly against because she's about funneling public funds to private entities. Boom. Like, they cut BCU's money a little bit, but when my kids go to charter school. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, it's a public charter, whatever. Really great school. just happened to like it's working. I work in a public school though. Like if you took away that option, they could go to public school. They could go to regular public school. Like a lot of times, what we don't realize is by cherry picking the best kids and pulling them out of your public schools, you're just cherry picking the best and putting all the best in one place. So it defeats that whole purpose of whatever you want public education to be. And when we're looking at having somebody come in with this MAGA mindset, I'll say it like that, it doesn't allow free thought. Like one of the best things about FAMU, it challenged my thinking as a Black man from Tallahassee, Florida, who born and raised in Tallahassee, well-traveled, thanks to my parents. We had been all over the country. So I've seen stuff and been places, but I didn't have to deal with them people. And having to deal with people from other cities, other states, it helped me, other countries, it helped me develop as a person. Because all of a sudden, there wasn't this fake America's the best thing ever since sliced bread. It was, no, this has happened, that has happened. And I was able to become a more well-rounded person. And I was able to not only have my intellect challenge, I had my faith challenge. Like I went to school with Muslims. I went to school with, I grew up with Jews. So it was like all of a sudden I'm going to school with other Black kids who are not in the same sect of Christianity I'm in. And hey, come to my church. Okay. Hey, oh yeah, I'll come to yours too. And it became something to where we grew closer because we were different and we started to see how similar we were. But when you start to create a homogeneous society, it's incest. Like you want everyone to think the same thing in the state of Florida? Like that's not good at all. And Brian Donaldson has been endorsed by the governor, by Trump, for 3 years to FAMU, then finish. Oh, that dude? It's Sunday. I'm trying not, and I got tequila in the cup. I hit him with a side of fries. And I mean that with my whole chest. Like, I do not want him or trust him. I'm glad that he doesn't claim FAMU. Continue to claim Florida State. But no, I do not support him. Yeah, I'll say it like that. But yeah, he got Trump's endorsement. I ain't voting for him. It's not because he's a Republican. It's just you're gonna continue to do what Donnie's doing in Washington, and you're just going. You can't take in less money and continue spending the same way you used to spend. Like, there's a piece. Piece of me is a fiscal conservative, but at the same point, I also get the point of if you're making less money, that means you're spending less money. But what are you going to cut to get it? And I don't think they're cutting with a surgical knife. I think they're cutting with the same thing Elon was holding on, a chainsaw. Whatever gets in the way, gets in the way. Just saying. FAMU with no AA or African Americans, no adjunct cultures. That's what I'm saying. I think the Black Archives, the history of the Coleman Library is in danger with a person who aligns himself with Ron DeSantis as your president. And I think this is part of the reason we're always asking everyone to vote. Part of it is because when you don't vote, all of a sudden you get this happening. And I'll say this, it's pointless, utterly pointless to march, picket, and petition if you're not going to vote. Because what are you doing? You're wasting your time. That's you putting the cart before the horse. Almost. Look, I'm trying. Like, I'm with you. Hell, he don't trust the people he endorsed. He hired people. Oh man, he's the greatest guy ever. He's going to do such an amazing job. As no one's ever done as great a job as him. Then 3 months later, oh, he's utterly incompetent. Oh, it's horrible. It's terrible. That person, like, talk about a snake. And we rattlers. That guy's a snake. And I'll rubber stamp that. I see puppet all over that individual, and he'll stay and do anything for the money. But that endorsement, y'all see what happened to Marco Rubio? Boy, you sold your soul to the devil, didn't you? Every time I look at Donald Trump, looking at Marco Rubio, I see Big Boy from what's the movie with not Chris Brown? Was it ATL with him and T.I.? Boy, pull up on him. Boy, stop. Like, hey, where you just punking a little light-skinned dude? I promise you, that's Marco Rubio. You're getting punked all day. One day you say this is that, and the next day Trump's like, oh no, this is it. We're gonna do that, da. Like, I can't do that. Yeah, I told y'all he was MAGA. I don't know if he's MAGA, but I know he's on that right side. She would rob us worse than the president UF did. For real. Like, one of the biggest reasons we can't have her there is Sachs is on us. Like, the accreditation people, they looking. Like, and if you throw that lady in there, and you already started to see where I saw, and I don't subscribe to her stuff normally, but every once in a while, I can't know how to defend if I don't know what my enemy's doing. I don't know if y'all saw, it's like a little like 5-minute video of Candace Owens, right? And one of the things she's talking about is how everything Donnie's doing, they're gonna have to answer for when he leaves. Because if you're able to do this now, when the Republicans are in power, what's going to happen when the Democrats get in power? Like, he ain't thought about that. And I was like, I thought I was the only one. But okay, Candace, I don't rock with you 99.9% of the time. But you know what? This 0.1, you got me. And that's what I'm saying, little baby. I think she's going to kill our accreditation. A school like UF can withstand that kind of scandal. A FAMU can't. Well, look at New College. Look what happened to them academically, not just culturally. Academically, FAMU cannot withstand that. We're not that big of a school. We're not allowed to have those kind of numbers to where we can have 30 or 40,000 alumni, or not even alumni, hell, students. You're talking 10,000 students soaking wet. And a lot of the Florida kids can't get in. So what has Marva done to elevate UF? Now, while Dr. Palm's been at FAM, we've seen some good things. Does he have new ideas? Can you not make the same mistakes that Larry made? It's a real question. Like, with Hector, CPA. I gotta learn. I gotta research him. Allen, I don't know about him either. So this is, again, go out there, check your emails, because what we don't need at FAMU is another unqualified person that comes in there and is trying to figure it out, and that doesn't have the support of the alumni. That's huge. In these days and times, when everything costs more money, we're on the verge of a recess. You called the SNL clip from last night. You know what you know. So we're on the verge of recess. Nobody likes recess as adults. And you about to start saying things are going to cost more. We need alumni to give more. and you're going to ask alumni to give to a person that they don't rock with. And one thing Black people are is fickle. If we don't like you, we don't support you. We don't do like, oh, I just got to go support this university. I don't F with that lady. I ain't giving them nothing till she gone. And that's on Black people. Like, y'all know how Negroes are. Like, some of y'all just started giving the athletics last month. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they got rid of that lady, OBG. Yeah, I ain't like her no way. She got on my last nerves. Like, some of y'all just started mess. Like, Angela Suggs just got there. And some of y'all like, oh, yeah, I'm back. But as long as that lady was there with the short dresses, yeah, and the snakeskin boots, we wasn't doing it. Hey, look, she don't look like she can gain our support. She doesn't look personable. I see someone who wants to keep an entourage and folks at bay, talk to my people, get a handshake. If that, I think she might be more personal than that. But the thing is going to be this. How are you going to deal with family politics? Like, because the separation between the president of Florida A&M University and the alumni is not as big as you think it is. Like, it's not a big community. I ain't gonna lie and say I don't have Larry's number. I know some people. Hey, you think you can do me a favor? I might want to see if I can, get in contact. That, FAMU alumni circle's small. Like, you coming in as the president, there's 3 degrees of separation between you and a lot of alumni. And that's a good and a bad. The good of that is, if you're connected, we buy in. If you show you'll fight for FAMU, we'll buy in. We'll support you. You could be like FSU's President Thrasher was. Honestly, go back and look what that was. When he started, they protested against him, and he went to Florida State because he was a Jacksonville Republican. And they were like, nah, bro, not at this school. He went there, and he bought in. He was like, you know what? Leave these politics to the side. I'm going to do what's best for Florida State. If she can do that, I'm fine with it. But I doubt it. Why? Because I haven't seen it. I didn't see it at Florida. I didn't see you stand up for the Black Student University, the BSU. I didn't see that. I didn't see you stand up when the president was nominated, very unqualified, and came up there and effed it up. I didn't see you step up. In the words, you were worse than Jesus Christ. You ain't say a mumbling word. Not a thing. At least Jesus tore up the temple. You ain't said nothing. Like, so what at UF did she do that shows that she is going to protect the people she's going to represent? Not a damn thing. Nothing. She's not going to do anything in the best interest of FAMU because she hadn't done it at UF. Like, why the hell is she a finalist? Because she's a friend of Ron DeSantis. And he's a bitch. And I mean that. Like, he's soft. And he's highly qualified. He's a lawyer, military veteran, all that great stuff. He's soft. Politically, buddy is soft, fragile. He ain't it. And he keeps putting people around him that ain't it. In politics, when somebody goes against him, he acts like Trump and starts crying. The legislature, they're doing this, and you're throwing these words around. Bruh, they don't support you. Because guess what? You're out of office in a couple years. Next year, you're done. They got to deal with you and your leftovers. And they got to try and get us to vote back, which they're probably going to get it back. But what irreparable damage has been done in those red communities that voted Republican, that now Trump is giving the whole of his butt to kiss. You think they're going to vote for you again? Or your constituents? So, no. Marvin Johnson's done nothing to defend the black population at the University of Florida that we can anecdotally mark? Nothing. That's why she's a bad candidate for FAMU. Dr. Palm has been at FAMU. FAMU has continued to be successful during his time there. I get a lot of times we just like to kind of just let the vibe just go. But I hate you find like OVG PTSD. It partially is. Like, but it's also the fact that we've all worked with people who are unqualified. And some of us have been the unqualified person. You came in there, you had to cut your teeth. And sometimes, as an unqualified person, guess what? Had to work, stay overtime, learn the job, and then eventually make mistakes, hurt people's feelings. I never forget, man, when I was working at FAM, I hurt this girl's feelings so bad she quit. And she was justified because I was learning the job. Now, I took that experience to further places, and it helped me become a better person and a better leader. But what has he done so great in hiring presidents? Look at that. All his pointings keep funneling money to all these out-of-state companies. Does that cable company benefit from FAMU and office? Just saying. Thinks what is she Spectrum? Hell, that might have been what happened to the camera. I got Spectrum. But if it's in Tallahassee, if it ain't Comcast, no. Ain't nothing but Comcast in Tallahassee. So again, what has she done? What makes her so qualified? And share this with, some of your NAA folks are watching. And sorry for cussing long. I ain't mean to. I'm passionate about FAMU, and I really don't rock with that. I don't rock with that man on that little red island in Tallahassee. But just to make it plain, she's not qualified to serve FAMU because she's never served her people at UF. If I give you small things and you can't handle it, what are you going to do with something big? At UF, the black population is minuscule in comparison to what you're going to get at FAMU. What you're going to have to defend at FAMU is completely different as far as our culture, our values, our students, our history. Are you going to erase our history because Ron DeSantis is soft and wants to live in this magical world where stuff never happened? Are you going to change our curriculum so that it states that slavery was a good thing and black people learned skills as if black people haven't been metallurgic and didn't do those things in Africa? Did they create bullets? No. But did they create fine metal and all these other things? Absolutely. So what are you going to do as a president to better FAMU? And what experiences are you going to take from where you've been to fight for FAMU? That's my real question. And I don't see it in her. I could be wrong. I hope I am. Because I feel like she's gonna be forced upon us. I'll say that now. I said it before. Again, it is a little bit of OVG PTSD. She was forced upon us. She wasn't the best candidate. It was stated she wasn't the best candidate, but a man put her there. So, just saying. Want to tell the students our Dr. Foote was the only medical doctor that would treat black people in the whole state of Florida, South Georgia, South Alabama. Just saying. You gonna tear down Foothill because it's an old, decrepit building? You're not gonna realize that's a FAMU hospital? It's those kind of questions that I have. What are you gonna do to protect FAMU as the president of FAMU? Because FAMU is not that place that you can just come in there and just uproot everything and act like the history didn't happen, because the alumni know better. We walked past it. We lived it. Our parents lived it. You just hired a basketball coach that was born on campus, won a Heisman Trophy and a national championship across the street, but had to be born at FAMU because they couldn't get service other places. You gonna whitewash our history? Are you gonna be soft? Are you gonna crumble to our government? You can call it Gulf Florida or Gulf of America. It's Gulf of Mexico for me. But legally, if it makes you happy, great. It can be the Gulf of America. I don't see how that makes us better. You gonna stand on BS like that? Or you gonna stand on business? Like, hey, how do we keep FAMU well-funded? How do we keep our programs accredited? How do we get our scores going up? How do we take care of the future of FAMU? And I don't see that in her. Because she hadn't done it at UF. And somebody needs to say it. And you know what? Share it, like, subscribe, all those things. But somebody else has to sit up here and say, she ain't did shit at UF and she ain't going to do nothing at FAM. And that's true. She's going to sit there, collect a check. When we get a new governor, they're going to bounce her butt out of there with those other people because she's going to get into some type of scandal and she's going to fuck it up. And I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth because it's exactly what Tiffany Dawn Sykes did. It's exactly what happened at UF. It's what's going on at whatever that college over is in St. Pete, the little honors college, new college. That's all that's happening. None of his appointees are running away that are political in mind and doing anything with the damn. Florida State's president's doing solid. Guess what? He's an academic. He's been that. He's been that guy. He's experienced. Like, you hate Florida State all you want to, but they got lucky with the president. They got a president that actually knows academics. You about to put this lady in, don't have a freaking clue what she's doing, and she's going to mess it up. And when she do mess it up and accreditation comes in, Ron DeSantis won't be the governor. You can't blame him. Not his fault. It can't be the woke agenda. Can't be that the people wouldn't buy in. It's just going to be that she wasn't qualified. You shouldn't have hired her. And she's a DEI hire. Democrats say it. She's a DEI hire. That's the only reason she's getting off her. There is no merit here. Like, just saying. And look, here we go. Because look, I'm a teacher. And I had to pay, and I got to pay taxes back. I ain't got it. Unless I hit this year old Florida lottery. And even then, I ain't got it. I might have a little bit, but it won't be a lot. Thank you, Kylan. Didn't earn it. And she didn't. She's not the most qualified person. That's what we tell our NAA person, but that's what you also tell your state representatives. I don't know how much leeway they got in this, but I think if we continue to sell this as what it is, and that she is a DEI hire, and that they are trying to force Marva Johnson to be the next president of FAMU when she is utterly unqualified to do so for FAMU. She might be qualified for another school, but for FAMU, she is not it. And I stand on that. All right, y'all. Let me get out of there because I've been, my mama gonna call me and be like, all right, but my bad. Thursday, we will have the recruits ready. Who got offered. Today we talked about the kids who got committed. And also talked about softball, some of his other teams. And if you did not live in that Castell era, I've never seen FAMU people hate a president more. Her and Mangum are neck and neck. Like, it's bad. Like, but you ain't never lied. You right, Kylan. You right. All right, y'all. We will see y'all Thursday. Again, we're going to talk about those recruits. Hopefully we get some more basketball kids. We need some more, man. Look, like I said, I had no problem with her. But when I tell you locals, Mangum was worse. They hated her. But Castell, and y'all was over there talking. Never mind. I ain't going to bring up Rufus. All right, y'all. We will see y'all Thursday before I start acting like I'm still a member of the street committee, which I am. But I'm reformed. All right, y'all. Y'all know what it's going to be. Thanks up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal.
while our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he